Hey guys, welcome back to Zachary Reality. I am your host, Zachary Reality, and we are doing an introduction in my podcast today, which is really exciting because I cannot wait to catch up with you guys. If you have been following my podcast for a while, it started in 2021. I started doing, I think I did like the first episode I did was like a get to know me. And then I started doing interviews where I feel like I would talk by myself for the first like 20 minutes. And then I would do interviews at the end with like TikTok stars or like reality TV people. And then over time, it just became interviews. So I did like 6 episodes in 2022. And then I rebranded the podcast in 2023 in January. My first episode was with Raven Gates from Bachelor Nation. And then I had on Amanda Stanton and some people from Perfect Match and James and Allie from Vanderpump Rules. And on today's episode, we actually have Shayne from Love is Blind and Perfect Match. I'm really excited for you guys to hear our interview, especially if you were wondering some Perfect Match tea and how things ended. He shares a little bit, and you know, Shayne's a friend of mine, so I'm happy to have him on. So that will be on the interview I'll play in a few minutes, maybe like 15, 20 minutes. I feel like we really need to catch up because, as I mentioned, I have not done an introduction in so long. Once I rebranded the podcast, it became all about interviews in January. I've put out about 13 to like 15 episodes this year. I've been doing it every Monday. I skipped one Monday, and then I did a few extra interviews on Wednesday or Thursdays just because I had like timely people, since I did get a few Perfect Match people, and I had on Rachel Lindsay. I've also been able to interview Rachel, and then James and Allie I did in person. So I rented a studio. And what I love about podcasting is I love interviewing. I mean, first of all, like I am host. I studied TV journalism, broadcast journalism in college. So I have always been working at my hosting career. That's always been the goal when I moved to LA. So that's kind of why I started the podcast, to just take things into my own hand and to kind of continue to build my platform, which started on TikTok at Zachary Reality. I hope all of you follow me on TikTok. That's like my claim to fame. It's my prized possession. It's like my favorite piece of content, my favorite platform, you know, where I'm most connected to my audience. But I do really love podcasting because I feel like, one, I love interviewing, like I mentioned, but I feel like this could be a really great place to start opening up to you guys, talking to you guys. Like, there's just so much going on, and I feel like I could weigh in more and like have a longer conversation and like further connect to my audience. And the last few weeks, I've been really thinking about what I wanted to do with my podcast because, one, I really need to start making money off of this, and that's just like breaking the fourth wall, ripping down the curtain. Like, I want you guys to listen, you know, for free, but I need to put a couple ads in here that are very much going to be sustainable. I have linked up with Spotify. I'm part of their influencer program, so they've given me one ad, which I will put in this Spotify for podcasters. So listen to it. Let me know how I did. But I need to start making like legit money, you know, because otherwise it's just too time consuming. And these interviews I've been doing have been so great to build the podcast, but they're so time consuming because I genuinely hate editing. I don't hate editing. It's become burnout. Like, it takes forever. I'll interview some of these reality people and they're like 45-minute interviews, and I have to like edit it through. I put it on YouTube, so I want to switch the frames because I want it to look cute. Like, I don't want to just like keep them live. So it's truly just burned me out. But I really love this podcast and I want to try different options. So right now I'm recording on my phone. I'm using I don't even know what the app is called, but it's like an app, you know, the app where you record voice memos. That's what it is. And I feel like what I could do is, and we'll see how the response is, but from this podcast, but I could just start recording on my phone, don't edit it, and just upload it. And I can just talk for 45 minutes, go over my life, all the fun things I'm doing, break down some reality TV, and then, you know, play some interviews, maybe not do it every week. I mean, there's so many people I know that would come on my podcast that I would love to invite on, even like my close friends I would love to invite on, but I really want to do the interviews in person when I'm having friends or reality TV people. Because I just feel like in person it's so much better. One, because I love video content, I love YouTube, but also because it's just like the banter. You know, it's harder to do interviews over Zoom. And it's like, we're in 2023, we're out of the pandemic. Like, I don't really want to record everything from home. So that's been kind of frustrating, is that I've been looking for different outlets or media production companies or studios where like I could record in person for a reasonable price. And that's been kind of hard to find. And it's like, if I want to grow this podcast in person, then I need a producer, I need an editor. Like I need someone to take me in so it can really reach its full potential. And I started reaching out to different production companies. I had my management reach out to like Dear Media. I reached out to iHeartRadio. And it seems like what a lot of them are saying is that I might not have enough views and listens. I do have a decent amount. I have a lot on YouTube. I mean, my interviews have been doing pretty well. You know, a lot of these bigger companies want like an average of 10,000 listens. You know, I don't know. Everything's different. But what I really need to do to get a media or a production or someone to pick up this podcast is to prove to them that I can do this on my own and that I can grow a consistent audience. Like I was talking to a guy at iHeartRadio last week about getting advertisements, you know, and he said, you know, he can find the ads for me. I can place them in, but we need to see that you're doing this weekly, that you are growing your audience. And it's work. And I feel like I need to talk directly to you guys. I can't just play these interviews and, you know, have no connection to you guys if I'm going to do a podcast. I can't just play the interviews and do like a 2-second intro and then bring on my guest, because then you guys are only going to be tuning in for the guest. And, you know, I'm sure a lot of you will tune in for me who support me and just be like, okay, Zach has this person on. Who is it? What's the tea, sis? But I need to talk to you guys directly. And I've been struggling with that for a while, I think, the past few months, about how to kind of connect with you guys directly. I don't know. I go back and forth a lot because I want to share more of my personal life and what I'm doing and just kind of open up more and not even like be super vulnerable, because I'm not trying to like, you're not my therapist. I'm sorry. Like, I'm here to entertain you guys, but I can't get all vulnerable. Like, I'll get open. I'll be open, but I can't be like super freaking vulnerable right off the bat. You know, like that's just, it takes time with me to warm up and everything, you know, because I love my listeners, but it's like, you never know who's watching. I've always like thought like it's really important to not tell people what you're doing sometimes until after it's already done. Have you guys ever heard that? Because sometimes you just want to make sure you protect your energy, and that's how I feel. And I just feel like, you know, my platform has grown a lot in the past few years, and it's just like I want to protect it, and I want to, you know, always do the right thing and be positive and be kind and just stay on the right track and be successful in this industry and in what I'm doing in content creation. And I never expected to be a content creator either. Like, let's talk about that for a second. You know, as I mentioned, I moved to LA 4 years ago almost to do hosting. I wanted to be on the carpets. I wanted to do interviews. I wanted to be a TV host. And I still want to do that. And I also do that. You know, it's been a few years. I have gotten a lot of opportunities. I've worked with different networks and on different influencer campaigns. But a large part of my job has become Zachary Reality, which is, you know, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, podcast, brand deals. So there is just a lot of back-end work where I'm playing so many different roles. And I've just had some burnout recently, and it's just been exhausting. And I'm just tired of feeling inconsistent. I'm turning 26 in a few months, and I want stability. I want to find maybe a hosting correspondent job or make this podcast super reliable and successful. Like, I just want something that is just going to work for me, where I know I will have the stability. And that's what's big for me as I'm turning 26. I'm paying my taxes right now. I'm getting new insurance. I'm moving into a new chapter of my life and adulthood. And I want to be proactive, and I want to figure out what is going to work for me, because I'm tired of having 14 different jobs and trying to do everything and make it in every different direction. I really want to narrow it down to 3 or 4 jobs, because it's just too much to keep track of, and I'm just burnt out. And I think it's important that I come on here for the first time on this podcast in forever and just talk to you guys directly and let you know where I'm at and what's going on. Because I'm so lucky to have people that follow me and that support me and that are rooting for me. Like, it's still crazy. You know, I've been doing this a few years, but it's still crazy and exciting that so many of you found me in whatever way you found me, most probably on TikTok, but who knows? Maybe you found me through an interview or wherever. You know, I've hosted different panels, carpets. I've been around. I've been doing a lot. So I do want to just thank you all for the support and the love. If you have supported me and loved me over these past few years and rooted for me and kept up with me and have been interested, like, it really means a lot. And I want you guys to know that I appreciate you guys. I see you, and we are friends. Like, we are. We've built a friendship, And I want you guys to always look at me as like your gay best friend that you watch reality TV with, that you talk to. You know, when I do my TikToks or whatever, like if I'm on live, it's like a FaceTime. And I want you guys to always feel like that you're just hanging out with me and talking to me directly. So, phew. So those are all the updates, okay? We will play the interview with Shayne in just a few minutes. I'm going to talk about a few more things, but I'm taking things week by week. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going, what direction. I'm reaching out to different people, trying to find a new gig, trying to find a new job that's stable, and I'll keep you guys updated as things go by. Hopefully. So let me know if you're listening and if you're interested, because what we could do next week is we could do a Q&A where you guys can ask me anything about career, life, love, astrology, I don't know, reality TV, like a fun Q&A. I can put it on my Instagram, and anything you've ever wanted to ask me or know, I can sift through the questions and just like get to know you guys. That could be like the next step. So please leave a review or just DM me on Instagram if you've listened and you're interested. Like, I just need to know that you guys are here and that you're listening. This is going to be a pretty fun week. I have a few things going on. I'm going to some type of influencer like thing for the new Barbie movie. So that's going to be really fun. I also think I'm going to see America's Got Talent. Like, I'm just going in the audience to watch the show. One of my friends works on it. And then I am going to Coachella on Friday. And I am so excited about Coachella. Okay. I went to Coachella last year for the first time. Me and my bestie Alexis, we were not trying to pay the money because Coachella is expensive. And we ended up camping for the first night, and then we slept in her car the second night. So cringe. The camping wasn't bad. I wanted to try it once because like I've camped a few times in my life, but not really. But like I just wanted to try it at a festival. Like I've done it a couple times, but I was like, fine, like we'll do it for Coachella. It's the cheapest option. So we slept in the tent the first night, and then we ended up sleeping in her car the second night in like a McDonald's parking lot. And I remember when we woke up, it was funny because like there was so many other people in the parking lot. Like Coachella gets like that. And we ended up getting free tickets to the festival as well last year because Alexis found us like some connection to Sweetfin, and we worked one of the booths there. And then like the gig was that we had to work like 6 hours a day for the 3 days, or maybe even 2 days. And then we would like have free tickets for the festival. But when we worked there, we were so over it. We were working for like 6 hours. Our boss wouldn't let us leave. And we just like literally ran away. We like ran from our job. I had to see Harry Styles. It was like the Friday night. So we ran away, and then we never came back. And our wristband still worked the whole weekend. So there's lots of easy ways to sneak into Coachella if you're trying to do that. But this year, I'm now kind of an influencer more than I was last year. So I got a house in Palm Springs with 6 of my other friends. A lot of them are creators. I'm going with Lauren Ashley Beck, Jess the Reporter, Riri's Tea, Adam the Flop. I don't know if you guys know any of those awesome creators who I love so much, but we got a house in Palm Springs, and we all got invited, or our plus ones, to Revolve Fest, which I didn't go to last year. So it's going to be very influencer Olympics. I'm sure some of you are cringing. Others of you are like, oh my God, that's so cool. I'm so jealous. I'm excited because it's going to be like Coachella, but like smaller, more intimate, and just like Revolve goes all out. Like they just do. So that's kind of the plan. There's a couple events we're going to be going to as well, just like influencer parties and events. So hopefully I can give you guys an update next week on Coachella. So like I said, please DM me that you listen to this so that you're interested. Don't be shy to DM me. I will double tap. I promise. And I'm really excited to head out for 3 nights. We have a hotel, or we have a house for the 3 nights. And then next week, my mom is coming into town. My mom has never visited me in LA since I've been here, so this is a really big deal. So I'm excited for her to come and to introduce her to my friends. I think I'm really just excited to show her my life here because I've built my own life here. I found my own apartment. It was empty when I moved here. I can get into the apartment story next week on the Q&A. But I've been living in this apartment for a while. I've made a lot of friends. My life is just so different now than it was when I was growing up and when I was in college. And I am just really focusing on getting through my 20s, enjoying it, going out, living life, trying new things, trying different career paths, just trying to find that adulthood and stability and find myself. And, spring has sprung, okay? I was in a little winter depression for a minute, but spring has sprung and I'm excited about the spring and I'm excited about the summer. I love summer. I love the fresh air. It's just so fun here in LA and California. And I hope that you guys all come and visit eventually if you've never been here. And I want to visit a lot of places too. I've been hustling, I've been grinding, I've been driving around. I love driving. I've been traveling a little bit in this area, like close by Palm Springs, San Diego, Arizona. But I really want to like make enough money and start traveling more to like Nashville and Chicago and Thailand and so many fun places. But let's talk reality TV for a second, and then we'll get into the interview with Shayne. I am loving that The Bachelor is off because I was just like needing a freaking break. But go listen to some of my recent interviews with some Bachelor alums. Perfect Match, I thought, was a really good show recently. Love is Blind 4 is definitely the talk of the town right now. I am in and out of the season. I'm keeping up online, but I am a little in and out of the season just because I have a lot going on and it's just a lot of episodes. Vanderpump Rules is so good right now. Super, super juicy. So definitely watching that. Watching Real Housewives of New Jersey. In and out of Summer House. Farmer Wants a Wife, I'm doing some videos on for Fox. I do videos for them and their social campaigns. So recently, I've been with Fox the past like 7 months now, actually. They've kind of renewed us every 3 months. And I was doing some stuff with The Masked Singer. So just a lot of different TV shows. You know, I either work for or on campaigns for, or I am making videos talking about, right? That's what you guys know me as. And that's what I do for work. But I can open up more and I can talk about my life more and share more of myself. And I think this podcast could be a good outlet to do that. And it's funny because Shayne was actually the one who really encouraged me. I mean, a lot of people have been encouraging me, but Shayne actually encouraged me during our podcast, to show more of myself and like do more different types of things. So I know Shayne, crazy, right? But Shayne has given some pretty good advice. He's pretty wise. We appreciate him for that. And I did take his advice and I built a shoe rack last week. I made a video. I've like literally been throwing my shoes around on the ground for like months. And I was like, I finally need a shoe rack. So I ordered one from Amazon. I built one together. I built one by myself, which is like kind of like Miss Independent, big girl things. And I built a shoe rack and I made a video about it. And I thought it was kind of cute. So let me know if you like it. I'm also excited to post my Revolve try-on haul. They sent me some clothes for the festival. So stay tuned for that today or this week. And I really hope that you guys just enjoyed this little catch-up because I felt like it was just so long overdue. So I'm going to play my interview with Shayne. And then I am going to close out the podcast. So thank you guys so much for making it this far already, especially if you only tuned in for the Shayne thing. You probably were not expecting me to come on here and chat, especially because I have not done this in so long at all on my podcast. Like, just did this freaking intro thing. But let's play the video. Let's play the interview with Shayne, and we'll touch back in a few. Bye. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Zachary Reality. I'm your host, Zachary Reality. And I mean, we have a guest that is very iconic, a long time in the making. He's been on my Instagram live a couple times, but we thought it would be for the greater good to pre-record this interview and catch up a little bit and spill some tea. The one and only, the infamous, the lovable Shayne Jansen.
Okay, no more Instagram lives. We're done with lives. No more lives, right?
Well, I'm loving the evolution of your hair. I think a lot of people have opinions about it. I don't know if today's look is the neatest.
I legit just put it on so I could piss people off because I know, like, oh my god, Shayne's doing this. He looks this. He looks that. Oh my god! It's like, you know what? Keep talking about me. It's fine. I don't care.
Do you think more people like the buns, or
Oh,
you
they
think
hate it.
I
They
like
hate it.
them?
But guess what? If I saw him outside, we would have a different conversation. We would have a good conversation, and it would lead to other things, sassy things. But you know what? It is what it is.
Well, I mean, you definitely have some critics, I guess, on the internet. But when people come up to you in person, is it always love, or has anyone ever tried to like say something nasty to you on the street?
No, I'll be honest with you. It's like a lot of it's more guys than than women. It's like my wife or my girlfriend loves this show. Like,
Mhm.
guys, you can say you watched it and you had a good
I
time.
know.
My new thing is like I'm like, do you really like me or not? Let me see your phone. Do you follow me on Instagram? Whatever. Do you really like me or not? And like, I fuck around with them. I have fun with it.
Do you think being on Netflix has helped your dating life, or you think it's hurt it?
Oh, it's horrifying. Yeah, it's
What?
horrifying.
Why is it worse?
I got kicked off like 3 dating apps because they all think that I'm
The
like
catfish.
faking who I am and whatnot. And for some reason, I'm on a waiting list of Raya. So like, I really do believe that the new dating app is like in DMs.
Are girls
But
sliding
we
in?
talk and whatnot. But like I said, I haven't gone on dates at all. I haven't done anything. I really haven't done anything because I don't trust like a
Hmm.
lot of people. I really don't trust. I'll be honest with you, I'm not in the best headspace to date anyone in general anyway. So, so it's like I've been through a lot of these last 2 dating shows, and like I know better now where it's like relax a little bit, and just figure it out. So
Yeah, yeah. Do you think you always had problems trusting or dating, or you think the shows just kind of added an extra layer to it?
the show is definitely added because of my anxiety. It's like when you go out, people are taking photos of you or videos of you, and you don't see it, but like from afar and whatnot. So it's kind of like you don't want someone talking about this or that and like starting a whole thing. I'm a D-list celebrity, D minus. It's like
Oh,
I'm nothing.
I mean,
I'm nothing.
Chase is an
I,
A-list
I,
celebrity.
I know he is. Guess what? I put him in place numerous times on Perfect Match. So Chase, I love you, but buddy,
Yeah. Well, you know what? I
quiet.
had Chase on a couple weeks ago, actually, since we're talking about him, and he said that the perfect match was fake, and that since you were newer to reality TV, you maybe
Yeah.
didn't
So I'll say
understand that or think that. What are your
I will
thoughts?
say this. I will say this. I went in, I hated Chase at the start of the show. I walked out respecting the shit that dude is a smart, he knows what the fuck he's doing. Like he
Hmm.
just knows how to play the game, I guess. And me and him are good. We're good friends. We are good friends now. But like, I hated him so much during the show because I didn't know. Like me, Bartiz, Dom, I would say Zay. Like we were authentic. We were legit. We
Hmm.
had no idea what a game was. We had no idea what anything was. Okay, we had no idea. But it truly is a little bit of a game. It really is a little bit of a game. You have to figure out how to get in front of a camera. You have to figure out all this kind of shit, right? But we didn't know because our shows didn't air at the time. So it's like I hated Chase for what he did, but I respect it now because he did what he had to do. He did a great job.
He was vindicated at the end when the couple that he thought was the couple that
Well,
won,
yeah,
he
yeah,
called them
yeah.
out.
That was fucked up what he did, I think. But at the end, that was fucked up what he did. But nonetheless, it's funny, but it's kind of fucked up.
So what would you have done differently on Perfect Match? Let's say you watched your season of Love is Blind before you went. That's a good question, huh? Make you think.
What would I do differently? It's like I wish I didn't react. I mean, sometimes how I did. I just came off a very emotional situation, and I reacted poorly on some situations. I did, and I own up to it. And I really don't think people take account for the fact that whole waterfall scene and whatnot, that was real. That was 100% real. And people don't talk about that enough. Where it's like that's traumatizing. Like it was traumatizing.
What was the hardest part about it?
So we all have egos, right? We all
Mhm.
the huge personalities on that show. We have huge personalities. No one wants to get fucking drenched with water after you just got dumped. Okay, like no
Yeah.
one wants that. I mean, at all. And like it's gonna be on TV after. You just know you're gonna get embarrassed. And it was not Mitchell's fault. It was not either their fault. It was not their
Was
fault.
it a producer's fault?
They set stuff up and whatnot, but like again, I don't think you could set it up to make it that perfect ever. Like it's like that's like a
They
one
but maybe
that,
they told
that's a
you,
one huh?
what if they told you they wouldn't let you leave the house yet? You got eliminated and you're just sitting there.
But I wouldn't sit. I wouldn't sit where I sat though. I sat there randomly. Like I would
Oh.
have been on the couch in the living room. I would have been somewhere else. Right? It was just random how it all happened. It really was that random. And it's like, yeah. And of course, Bartiz was right there in front of me too. That little fuck. But yeah, it was like
Yeah, yeah. So let's say that was like one of your lowest parts of the season of Perfect
it was.
Match.
I'll say it was. It was. I promise you, it was.
What was the highlight? What was the best part?
There were so many. I'll be honest with you. First walking in that house, it was like, what am I doing here? This is my life. It's crazy. It was crazy. That first night, you drink a lot, yes, but like you mentally black out because like, what is going on right now? It's crazy. It's so nuts. All our friends. I mean, I've met so many good people there too as well. It's
It's
so
a good
tough,
squad.
but some are exposing themselves a little bit more than what we thought. But yeah.
Yeah, well, I feel like this was kind of your redemption season in a way. Love is Blind, there was a lot of back and forth, there was a lot of drama, but Perfect Match, I feel like the audience really fell in love with you and saw a different side of you. And you kind of had a glow up, I think, on the show, regardless of your meltdown, with the whole waterfall thing. I felt like you were really
Yeah.
one of the fan favorites, and you
Yeah.
looked good too.
I wanted a revenge body so bad on what happened before with Love is Blind. I just wanted to be like, kind of like a fuck you. So yeah.
Did you ever talk about what happened with Chloe, like after the show?
I respect it so much that me and her handled it so like respectfully and mature compared to my last situation. It's
Yeah.
like you haven't given her anything about us really. We poke fun at TikToks and whatnot, like we have fun and that's okay. But like we never get to a situation where it's like completely disrespectful or like complete more drama. And I really do appreciate that. Like, and I hope she does too, where it's like she's moved on, I moved on. It's like it didn't work. Respect her. It's great.
I know that you guys are like, on good terms and that everything kind of just didn't work out and like
It's
it is
tough.
what it
It's
is.
just tough. Yeah, it's just tough.
Did you
It's just
just, but
tough.
like, I think people want to know, like, did you just break up like right after just because it
I'll
just
be honest
wasn't
with
the
you guys.
vibe?
I'll be honest. I'll be honest with you. The show's impossible to have a relationship because it's 8 months after filming, right? And like people know who we are at this point now. Or it's not Love Is Blind where you can still kind of like connect after the show. We were so far away from each other. In the UK, and
It
it,
wouldn't have
it, it
worked.
just was. It was impossible. It was impossible. It was so tough.
What was your thoughts on Carousel and Joey not working out either? Because they got engaged. I thought they were going to work out, but
I love Carousel. I love Joey. I really do love them both. I just think when you get outside of this world, it's just so tough. It really is. It's so tough, man. It's so tough
yeah. What is
to
the
do it
toughest
together.
part?
You're in paradise, and you are legit in the best time of your life with this person. You are feeling the best of everything, right? Where it's like, what can be better than what you're doing right now on this show? You go back home and you like let's go back to normal life. It's like, oh, you have separate lives. You have separate, complete separate lives,
Mm,
and it's tough to explain. You go from the best and funnest time and to the real world where it's like, okay, now what? I have my
mm.
phones, we're talking. Yeah, we have real life now. It's just impossible. It's tough. It's very difficult.
Okay. Were you mad that you didn't win, or did you not care?
Oh hell no! I was. Me and Chloe said we don't want to win. We didn't want to win. We did
Why?
not want. We did not want that pressure.
Mm, that's
We
fair.
didn't. We did not. Want, so obviously, you see what's going on with what you saw with Dom and Georgia.
Georgia
What's
and
going on?
Dom, yeah.
It's like we didn't want that pressure. We knew who we were. We were very comfortable with who we were. Yeah, we did not want that at all. Absolutely not.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's switch gears a little bit. Love is Blind season 4. I know you're watching it.
Yeah,
You
let's talk
definitely
about that.
got some people talking
Yeah, of course.
last week about Micah and Irina. So I kind of want you to explain what you meant by your story because
Yeah,
some people were a little bit confused.
they're still gonna be confused regardless. But
True.
here's the thing: but I never defended those two girls at all. I defended the fact that I was once in their position. And my first 4 episodes were horrible for me. They were horrible for me. And I didn't get out of my bed for a week straight. And I just drank in my bed like I was depressed. Like it was horrible. All you would do is read the hate messages. Um, and what I was trying to say was there's a better way to go about the fact where it's like they will not learn how to be better people if you just attack them by a million comments.
Mhm.
They won't be better people. They won't. It's tough. It's very difficult. What they did was horrible. It was disgusting. Yes, but like they can change. They can be better. Like they can be different. And it's like, how are you guys better than like bullying them on the internet? Like as 30-year-old people, there's got to be a better way to do it. Look about this, Cole. All it took 30 seconds. Cole, his whole life changed in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
He could be his life. He could be living in an alley somewhere in fucking Dallas, Texas, right now, in an alley. If they did not show that 30-second clip and they showed Zenem just saying, "Oh, you're fat shaming me the whole time," whatever, blah blah. He'd be done. His career's over, right? But they showed a 30-second clip where it wasn't true. And now he's the most lovable guy in the world. He's a good guy. I'm not saying he's not, but it's like take that into account. It's like there are things that you don't see that people are trying to do certain things. And it's like we all have problems.
It'll be interesting to hear
It's
their
sad.
perspective on
Yeah.
things once the show is done airing and they can kind of speak on the season and everything. But you bring up a good point. Like, for sure, they're responsible for their actions, but there also is this edit, which adds background music and adds conversations out of order and sometimes adds conversations that don't happen because they can edit in certain sentences. And I'm sure you've dealt with that, in your 2 seasons on reality TV. I know you can't talk too much about it, but is there anything over the past couple seasons that really bummed you out that they aired, like something out of context?
For me, no. It's like I am really upset the fact that people keep making fun of my like ADHD stuff. I am very upset about that kind of stuff. It's like it's not okay. I mean, it really isn't. What if honestly I came out and I had a certain thing about me and it's like, oh, so now it's okay. Like we all care about mental health so much, but we're mocking people. I get very anxious on certain things. It's like I don't know. It drives me nuts that happens. It's sad. It's sad to me. It really is. And yes, I go crazy with certain things and like whatever. But like, how is that okay? Making fun of someone, how they react when they walk around, what they do. How is that okay? Like my mom not seen my new season of the show, and she didn't see how everyone loves how I changed and whatever I was going through, right? Whatever it was. But all she saw was everyone mocking me on all these apps and whatever it was, and it's just like it's pathetic. Actually, it's actually really pathetic. And it's like, how is that okay? When we try to preach mental health and we try to do this and that, it's like fuck you guys. Like I just don't get it.
The question was like the hardest part about like the editing or something that was out of
That's what it was. That's what it
context.
was.
But
That's
it
what it
was
was.
just like it's also the relationship you have with like the internet that's obviously been
People
like
call me,
pissing
yeah,
you
people
off.
call me autistic, and like after our live, we had that one day where I was like kind of like crazy and whatnot. And my mom was sick. Like people were like saying he's faking it that she was sick and whatnot. It's
Oh,
like, dude,
damn.
it's pathetic. I try to be so nice to people. I really do try to be nice to everyone and what I'm doing. And yeah, so it's like, but I am different. I'm a different human being. I can't like sit down and just like do everything. I'm just a little crazy. I'm a little different.
Okay, but then
But
let's talk about it. Let's stop giving attention to the haters and the trolls. Let's
I do,
talk
but I try
about
to be. I know. Here's the deal, though. I want to get attached to it because I want to change. I want to make. I want to try to change something with it. Okay,
okay.
it's like I want to make. Yes, I do want to acknowledge everyone that does appreciate everything, but I also want to make sure, like, stop.
Let's let it be known if you're listening or watching. Let's show Shayne some respect.
Oh
Okay.
no, it's fine now. It's fine now. It's fine now. I'm sorry. I'm saying in general. Look, with you asked
For
about Irina.
everybody.
You asked about Irina and Micah, whatever it
Mika,
was.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like again, what they did was horrible. 100% it was horrible. I don't want to call people out on the show, but like, dude, Love is Blind. It's so toxic. It's insane. It's insane. The people who talk about the show. Bartiz, what he went through is not fair. What he went through is not fair at all. What he did to Nancy, not okay. Not okay at all. But what he went through is pathetic.
What about Shake? He
Shake
did it to
said,
himself.
Shake. Listen, he added it on a little bit. I wish I could have helped defend him a little bit more, but like it was tough because he kept burying himself more and more and more and more.
Yeah. Are you moving to LA still? Like you're still
I
in
think I'm
Chicago?
Miami.
You moved to Miami?
I think I am. Yeah, I think I'm going to Miami. Yeah.
What? Why did you decide to go
Yeah.
there?
I think LA is just gonna be. It's just too like
It'll drive you
dense.
crazy.
Too much stuff there, yeah, and whatnot. It's like, you know, I think I like it maybe. I want to try it out 2 months. Let's see what happens. Yeah, see what happens.
So do you have the luxury to move there like whenever? Like what are you doing for work?
I have a job in development in real estate development over in Miami. I also have a few properties in Wisconsin and whatnot. So it's like I have enough to make a move for 2 months and see what happens with work and like developing and whatever I'm doing. So yeah.
Do you have a date you're flying to
There's a
move?
lot of stuff going on. Hopefully, me and Shake are going to a Taylor Swift concert together.
No way. What is
Yeah.
one question you've always wanted to ask me that you've never asked me? Put me in the hot seat. Or
Okay.
maybe a couple, because I've known you a while now.
You know what? Our relationship has been this. Like it's been it's been a great relationship. I mean, I really do appreciate you now and all that kind of stuff. It's like that's why I want you to show more mercy for a lot of the people. But I know your job. It's like to draw drama and headlines and whatnot. But it's like
You want me to show more of myself?
no, yeah, you should.
Yeah, I know.
Show your personality more. Be more authentic. Everyone wants us to be authentic and more of us instead of just always posting drama and clips. Like show more of your life and like what you're doing in your shit as well. Though you know what I mean? It's like show because it's more authentic and like then we can relate to you a little more in what it is.
I
Because
should.
I had no idea who the fuck you were when you first you were coming after me and whatnot. It's like, dude, it was like, dude, this guy wants drama 24/7. Like, dude, it's like, you have a great personality. We hung out in LA. It was a great time and everything like that. It's like, show more of yourself. I think you should challenge yourself to show more of it. You should.
Yeah, I should totally challenge myself. It's just that I get used to like just doing it for work, and I also just like don't really care to like let people know too much. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, but
I
guess
have
what?
my routine.
That's an excuse. That's an excuse though, because I thought the same thing though as well. I didn't want to show people like making fun of myself and having things, but you know what? It's like that's who I am. I have a sense of humor, and like I want people to see who I really am, and that changed my whole narrative though. You know what I mean? It's like I am not this kind of like tool, what everyone thinks I am and whatnot. It's like this is who I am. Like I am like I like to have fun, make fun of myself. I was in the humor. You as well. Like it's like show people that you're not just a guy that with drama and whatnot. You are actually a good person, and like show a different side of you, like and whatnot. Like your fashion, whatever it is, like something different.
Yeah. I mean, I think if I went on like a show, like people would get to know me and see like all sides of me because
People
I wouldn't
know
have
you.
to.
They already know who you are, though. They already
And
know
then
who you are.
because I wouldn't have to worry about like filming myself because like the most authentic moments of my life, I don't have my phone on me. Like when I go out, I don't really film that much or use my phone. I like to be present because I use it for work. So that's kind of where I have like the
But your
imbalance.
work is also, but being authentic is your work as well, right?
Yeah.
It'll help your work as well. Is my point where it's like you have to figure out a way where, like I did too. Like even I posted a dumbass thing about New Girl today and whatnot. It's like, dude, I just randomly thought about it and like that's who I am. It's just fun stuff and like whatever it is. Like show your humor, show something different. It was great. It was fun. It was awesome. It's like now do something a little more with it and whatnot.
Okay.
You're more than just one thing, right? It's like
Yeah.
your podcast right now. It's a great example. Your podcast right now, you're showing a different side of like what you do and everything. It's great. I agree. It's great. 100%. I love it. I really do love it. It's way better than the lives and everything else. I was surprised that you posted that thing about Irina and Micah though.
Oh, you're the TikTok. Well, a lot of I didn't. It was a good.
I got murdered for that.
It was a good puncher. It was like
Oh,
a good
first of all, I know.
conversation
First of all,
starter.
yeah, I know. Move the needle, baby. I know. It brought views. I get it. I do.
Okay, well, you gave me good advice, but you have to put me in the hot seat again. Like ask me something so that this way people can get to know me better. Ask me like a random question. It doesn't have to be about reality TV.
So a random question about you in general, or
anything you've ever wondered or were curious about. I don't know.
Are you dating someone? What's your dating life like? What's going on with you? Huh? Give us our tea. What's your dating life like?
I'm not dating at all. I am zero dates.
Nothing at all, huh?
Well, let me
nothing.
Check my Bumble because some guy did ask me for coffee. I'm not into him, but I thought I would just force myself to go.
No, you're exactly like Irina right now. What you're doing, you are exactly like her. You're going there. You have no intention to actually have fun, right? Am I wrong or not?
Did I just expose myself?
No, but like it's like
I'm open, but I'm not. I'm open.
Oh, you just said you weren't really open. You weren't into him at all, really.
Yeah, but no one's sliding in my DMs. No one's asking me out.
Yeah, well then why don't you do it then? Guess what? Why don't you do it? No,
there's no one. You have no interest in. I have to find someone.
What's your go-to slide in DM? What's your go-to? If you did try,
what's your go-to? If I was to slide in, or if someone was to slide in my DM.
If you were both because I'll say both for me as well. I'll say both.
Okay, if somebody slid into my DMs, I would want them to say, "I've seen your style, and I think you're really cute. Where are you from?" Just something like really short, or just like something simple.
No, time out. We already know. Listen, if they're stalking your profile, they know where the hell you are. Okay, hey, first of all,
right? I want a question. I think is a good conversation starter, so they have a reason to reply, right? So just like, hey, you're super cute, and then ask me something like.
That's creepy, though. I think it's creepy.
No, I don't think that's creepy to
me.
Because
they already know if they're sliding in, you already know they're cute. They think you're cute, right? They already know that. You leave it up to them when you slide in. All you have to do is reply to a story or something simple. Don't be creepy. And then let them, if they want to reply, if they're interested, they'll reply. That's my thing. It's like, so for instance, your post today with your on the red carpet stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would do the fire emoji and I'm like, like fantastic style, whatever, right? If you didn't respond, great, done, whatever it is. I would say anything else, but like you would respond if you were interested, right? That's how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Keep
Okay.
it simple. Don't ask where you are, where you live, Jeffrey
What
Dahmer
part
over
of what part of town are you in? I'm
here.
getting
Jeffrey Dahmer, and
okay,
yeah,
I'm
what are you
getting
doing?
dating advice from Shayne. What a turn of events.
What a life we live! Oh my god,
What a turn of events.
a little something simple and small. I think it's great. Something simple.
Okay. Cool.
I
All
do.
right. Well, we'll see.
Anything else?
Um, yeah, are you gonna go on another show?
No, hell no. Not a dating show.
Never
No way.
again? But you would do
No,
another show.
not a dating show. Maybe a different show. Yeah, I would love to do a different show. 100%. Yes, I love that kind of stuff. It's awesome. But dating is like, I don't want to be the kind of person that's like on dating shows the rest of my life. It's not for me anymore. I get too emotional with the situation. I buy in too quickly. And I'm also 33 years old now. And it's like, I'm not Chase like 23. Chase, do your thing. Keep doing whatever it is. I'm
Is
too
he
old.
23? I think he's 26. Yeah, he's
24,
young.
24. I don't know, whatever it is.
Who cares?
He's young. I'm too old to keep doing this over and over again.
That's
If
fair.
if I could legit empty the challenge, I would do it in a heartbeat. I would do it in a heartbeat.
The challenge.
Yep. But
Okay.
other than that, no, I'm done.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for being
Oh
here.
yeah.
Finally coming on the pod.
Yeah.
Where can everybody follow you and find
Is it
you?
is it a little better than the last time I was on TV? Sorry, the last time I was with you. A little better.
A
I don't
lot
know.
better.
I,
A
I
lot
still
better.
ramble. I ramble a little bit. I talk too much. I know, but like I'm just passionate about a few things. So yeah.
I'll chop it when it needs to be chopped so it doesn't seem as rambly.
Yes, this is much more comfortable. I like this way better and whatnot. So yeah,
All right, well,
anytime I'll come on anytime. If you want to discuss Love Is Blind, the next batch of episodes, or you want to do, I'm game. So yeah,
okay,
whatever.
cool. All right, well,
Whatever
thank you so much for joining. Go show Shayne some love for his pigtails in the comments. Bye, Shayne.
Bye guys. Bye.
Okay, well, that was my interview with Shayne. Thank you so much for coming on. I hope that you guys enjoyed our little fun catch up, chat, little tea spilling sesh. You guys know you can go follow Shayne and check him out. I'm sure he'll be giving some commentary on the future episodes of Love Is Blind, as I know the finale is this week and the reunion. And thank you all so much for listening to this podcast. Please let me remind you again to give it 5 stars and leave a review. I'm reading all the reviews. If you're watching on YouTube, please comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on my little introduction and what you want to see on this podcast. And I will keep you guys updated, and I will talk to you guys soon. Love you guys. Enjoy your week. Bye.